So I'm in a lose-lose situation.
So
why is it a loss though if a motherfucker's not moving how you go? It's not a loss.
Man, I want to give a shout out to them boys over there, Revolt, Big Facts Podcast, Big Bank, and DJ Scream, and that team over there. This was actually part 2 of an episode that they did, and it had my girl Amanda Lee on there, and had 2 other young ladies on there, man. And this got good. This got real good.
It's not a loss. Like I said, the fact of the matter is, I'm gonna leave you and what you say. Go hit 6 niggas, and then.
But why do we have to do that?
Yeah, in most circumstances, you might as well stay, especially when you've got children with a man. And the fact of the matter is, the real situation is, I keep telling people, I don't even know if you're getting a girlfriend, let alone a wife. You're getting little sisters. And there's a certain way that little sisters act. Matter of fact, let me give you just a little sneak peek of how little sisters tend to act.
Give me my phone.
Get off of me,
Give me my phone.
D, if I was anybody else, you wouldn't be doing this.
If you say so. Give me my phone.
Bro, just get over here. You can buy a new phone.
Get off of me!
Mr. Taylor!
Get off of me!
Mr. Taylor, get off of her now!
We'll get to that in great detail in another video. But it amazes me because y'all brothers have little sisters to deal with. And this is why so many people keep asking me and pulling me to the side, and in private I'm wondering, like, what you gonna ask me? What's such a big deal that you gotta ask me something to the side? And they just be like, where did you get that little sister spirit from? And I tell them, from the spirit. Because the fact of the matter is, I ask the spirit often. I ask the Lord often. He gives me the answers I desire. And clear as day, loud as day, made it plain that if all the young ladies have to do is see the big mamas, the mammy, or be the one thing that they have the most clocked hours in, which is a little sister, whether it be at home or in school, that's what they're going to be. They're not going to be wives. And they're entitled enough and delusional enough to believe that they can come out in the world and act like a little sister too, and think that just because so-called black men put up with it, that the other races of men are going to put up with it too. Yep, and that's another one we're going to get to in another video.
That's the whole thing though. Why do we have to do that? Why can people not sit with themselves?
They
long
should.
Enough,
Fact.
you know what I'm saying? And I've been guilty of this too. Where my feelings, I'm feeling some type of way. Well, now I'm gonna go out here and fuck my life up because I don't want, you know. And I did that. I'm gonna do drugs. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna find something at the bar and put, you know, real shit. Like I've done it too. But like I've been celibate for 6 months, and
let's not forget, they'll lie and be delusional and tell you that their value is not lowered. Come on, man. And you know what? A lot of us brothers have been celibate for 6 months or longer. So when it comes down to it, it's funny to me, and I keep telling these women, you're not hurting nobody but yourself. I don't care what you do on me. You're not getting revenge on me. You're hurting your own body. So you might want to be careful what you pull into your body. And I like, you know, the conversation that they're having. Shout out to the young lady for being very transparent and honest, because there was something brought up about spirits and different things like that. You're bringing that stuff into you. There's nothing you can do to put something into us, but we constantly put into you. God is all over the scriptures, proof that God did not play about paternity, because back in the day, there may have been a whole lot of confusion about, you know, who was pregnant with who and whose baby it is and all this other crap. But in this day and time, there's too much technology. We won't dare have that confusion at all. So if you got little Frankenstein Johnson because you wanted to mess with Mike, Timmy, and John, and now you got all 3 of their family histories mixed up and metastasizing in your body, in your womb, then maybe you're not as close to the Most High as you are claiming to be. We know you don't know the word, and you're also not willing, and this is a big one, based off scripture. If you really are connected to the God and to the Lord and want a man of God, then you also will be willing enough, loyal enough, ready to make the sacrifice enough. Jesus constantly told the adulterers, go and sin no more. There's a reason for that. Because if you are that on point and you so devout, you can lead men, teach us how to be godly and all this other stuff. Just because this world pushes y'all to the front, because they're tricking you, because they want your families destroyed. The world tells you, all these other races telling you, one in particular, off-white, telling you that you lead your community, that the black woman leads the community, and that's why it's falling a freaking apart. And at the end of the day, getting back to that big one, if you were so locked into God like you claim, and that marriage didn't work, you'd be willing to go the rest of your life without a rod up in you. But y'all can't do that. And that's why you got a lot of people doing, the second they break away from a man and you want to claim it's cheating, because y'all misuse that term all the time. You cheat on tests in sports. Your coochie or nigga's dick cannot cheat. How do body parts cheat on people? You cheat, or the word cheat is a term used to advance yourself ahead of other people that are truly qualified. You cheat and be dishonest to get to where they belong, where you don't belong, because you are not willing to do the work. And so that would mean when y'all lie and y'all take rings and proposals and stuff and you're really not qualified, you should tell Johnny no when he gets on one knee. That would actually be cheating, because you know you're not qualified and yet you still said yes. You see how that works? You see how the definition gets broken down? Cheating is a shame, trauma bonding tactic that these modern day women use to shame men, because they have no other way to try to force them to be monogamous, because the more and more the Bible lets us know, the closer we get to the end, there's a lot of secrets that are going to be revealed more and more. And the biggest conversation starting to be had now is this polygyny conversation, because there is a right to be polygynous, whether we do it or not, because some men, and I'm going to say this loudly, don't even deserve one woman, let alone two. So just because you can, don't mean you should. But y'all females that's crying about this and that, stop working in your little sister arc and your little sister spirit, worrying about where he did it. That's not for you to worry about. Let God worry about it. If you with the man, be what all you supposed to be, and stop worrying about what he can do that God didn't create you to do. A lot of y'all fighting. I've said this over again. I'm gonna touch feathers today. I'm gonna ruffle feathers. Your fight is really with God, but you could never reach him. So you have to settle for fighting and bickering and arguing and being contentious with his chosen men on earth, because you can never box with them. Your arms aren't long enough to reach. So you think that, and that's where it goes back to the beginning, where the scriptures talk about you would desire to rule your husband, but he has rule over you because God gave us that. And the issue with a lot of y'all is that you're mad about that. And that's why you grew up in the house with your mammy and not your daddy present for 18 years. Instead, you saw your mother for 18 years, and now she's trying to guilt trip you to take care of her and be her resource and her retirement plan, because she never had your father or a man to be there to take care of her the way it should be, while you go find your man and you continue to build life and create family like you're supposed to be. Y'all should know this, right? Y'all really connected with God, right? Nah, I think not.
Now it's like when people come around me, I'm like, bro, I just will fuck with myself before I go
right. No, we
sign
don't
up
have
to be
to
in
do
a
that.
situation that I don't want to be in. So it's to be 27 years old. I don't have to put up with that shit. A lot of motherfuckers got way more shit going on. They come with kids and baby mamas. I don't have kids. I don't have all this shit. You get what I'm saying? So you can do all that, and that's not a loss for me. Like, because I don't move like that. I don't operate out of those same, I'm not an insecure person, so I'm not going to be going through your phone and shit. But when I start getting the inclination that I need to, I'm just not going to be here anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to be here.
No, that's correct.
And I love it. I love everything she said. She hit it out the park, because I want to also let you brothers know, just you people in general, insecurity has a lot to do with the parents of that person. The scriptures talk about, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I had a plan for you. I know the thoughts I have towards you, thoughts of good, not of evil, to have an expected end. Those are words that a father says before, and he confesses before his children are formed. In other words, he knows a plan that he has for his children. He's not just having them willy-nilly. So when those children come into a atmosphere and they see no father for 18 years actually in the house, and y'all doing this new day stuff where you co-parent and separate, he living there, she living there, that's foolishness. That's going to make your children ultimately insecure. I don't care how much you think you've done. They're insecure somewhere. And then y'all broads come into these relationships acting like little sisters and snooping through phones that don't belong to you. So if you got to be a detective or if you feel like there's some areas where you don't trust or whatever, like the young lady said, that don't mean go run up bodies, because ain't you supposed to be something special? Don't you know your worth? Or how can you say I know my worth and then run up 5 Negroes over a span of 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years? You running up bodies. Y'all know how many partners you got. God knows how many partners you got. There's some people on this earth that knows how many partners you got. So the fact of the matter is, you don't care enough or know your worth enough to say, okay, that marriage didn't work or whatever that relationship was. I'm just chilling to myself, like the young lady said. Be celibate, truly celibate, if that's what you're going to do, and start running your numbers up. Because again, you're not hurting the dude, you're hurting yourself. Life literally is incubated in your body and brought forth. So all diseases, health positives or health negatives run through you. That's the histories of that man's family, because whether you like it or not, they look for the paternity in courts for the father. They're not looking for you. The scriptures make it plain the seed comes from the man. So if he's watermelon, that's what your children are. If he's so-called black, that's what your children are. That's the seed. So paternity is history. And health and all that is tied to that from his family, if they got high blood pressure, whatever. Y'all just be mixing all these different niggas up in you and then wonder why your children come out with certain things down the line, or your body mutates. There's mutations that happen in your DNA, and now you feeling certain things because y'all think that just because back in the day they used to stone you to death, now your punishment is different because it's running through your womb. But y'all don't get that. I'm just a messenger. Y'all don't get that. Y'all really be thinking y'all eating and y'all winning because I got this desire in my coochie. I'm going to get some. Well, you keep running them numbers on up and you going to have a problem way deeper than that man ever gave because you cheated on me. Y'all need to throw that word in the trash because it's just a way out, because y'all can't be nothing but little sisters. You can't be grown, mature women and deal with the situation. Nothing belongs to you, not even that man. And as long as there's honesty, as long as there's something lined up and talked about it and had a conversation about, stop the foolishness. Good conversation.
Goodbye, Grace.
I'm up out of here. I ain't gonna play with her. I'm out, baby. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell.